Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Throwing so I'm Scott Selections here for Sunday, March 19th. For again, today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in hockey with the Islanders to win in regulation at minus 105 on DraftKings. Really never in doubt, the Islanders did trail 1-0 and then ended up dominating the rest of the game as they ended up winning the game 4-1. San Jose, nothing to play for, looked like a really bad hockey team, and the Islanders looked like a team that was desperate for another 2 points in the wild card race, and as a result, we picked up a nice winner. So look for another winner here on Sunday. And for today's play that are going to pivot to tennis, looking at a men's final in Indian Wells taking place at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, in a match between Alcaraz and Medvedev. And for this match, we're going to take Alcaraz on the money line at minus 120 on DraftKings. Time recording of 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why I'm going to take Alcaraz in this spot. First reason, even though both players, of course, have been elite so far this season, and both of them are top 3 guys in the world just based on their hardcore resumes, I do think at the end of the day, Alcaraz has been in better form lately based on how this event has unfolded. And I think as a result, Alcaraz should be able to get the job done. So Alcaraz has not dropped a set in the entire tournament, and he has faced off against some really good competition, including the likes of Yannick Sinner and Felix Auger-Aliassime, who are 2 top 13 guys in the world, and they're really good on hard court, and Alcaraz beat them no problem. Meanwhile, Medvedev had a couple of difficult matches, particularly against the likes of Ivashka and Zverev in the second and third match. Then he ended up beating Fekina, who's a pretty decent player, but I do think it was a bit surprising Fekina made it that far into the quarters. And then he faced off against Tiafoe yesterday. Tiafoe's been good. He's ranked 16th in the world, but I do think he's worse than the likes of Sinner and Felix, and yet Tiafoe made Medvedev really, really struggle at times in that match. Medvedev also had a hard time of closing out the match. He had 7 match points. He got broken 2 times while trying to serve out the match, and then ended up winning the second set in a tiebreaker. But it's going to segue me into the main reasons why I do like Alcaraz, besides the fact he's looked sharper in this competition. I got to point out that Medvedev has dropped 2 sets, and he has complained a lot about the speed or lack thereof of the courts in Indian Wells. Now, I know that Medvedev is one of the best hardcourt players in the world, but he's really had some issues at times with how slow the hardcourts have played here. And I think as a result, Medvedev might be extremely uncomfortable at times facing off against Alcaraz, who can do a great job of prolonging points with Medvedev or even just hitting some winners on each side. I think Medvedev might struggle at times in this match based on how uncomfortable he has been in this tournament. But to look at another big reason why I'm going to take Alcaraz, he has looked like the much better server in this event. To go through the 5 matches that each player has played up to this point, Alcaraz has played a total of 7 hours and 37 minutes. Medvedev has played at 10 hours. So Alcaraz has been on the court for about 2.5 hours less. And one big differential here has been the serve for both players. Alcaraz is currently landing 5% more on the first serve at 66% compared to Medvedev 61. They both have won the same exact percentage of first serve points at 77%. However, Alcaraz has won 66% of his second serve points, and Medvedev has only won 58% of his second serve points, which helps explain why Alcaraz has really not faced many break points in this tournament, while Medvedev has faced off against a bunch. Now, Alcaraz has faced a total of 11 break points in this tournament, and he has saved 9 of them. Meanwhile, Medvedev has only been broken 6 times in this event compared to Alcaraz's 2, but he's faced 39 breakpoint chances. So he's faced more than 3 times the amount of breakpoint chances that Alcaraz has faced, and I think that's kind of a true testament to how much Medvedev has struggled serving in this particular environment. And with Alcaraz being one of the best young returners on the planet, I do think you'll end up seeing Alcaraz really provide a lot of quality return games, and I think you'll end up seeing Medvedev struggle at times. And like we saw against Tiafoe, he did blink a couple of times when he was pressured, and I think that could be a problem in this match. But you're looking at Alcaraz and how well he's played in this event. He's really shown no ill effects to the injury that he suffered in uh, on the clay in his match against Honori on clay, which caused him to skip Acapulco. But he looks like he's at 100%, and he's been able to win in straight sets every time. Medvedev's had some issues against weaker competition. Now he's facing off against his best opponent for this event. I think Alcaraz should be able to have the firepower and the overall consistency to get the job done. And I think Medvedev's serve will probably betray him once he needs it the most. So the play that once again here for Sunday, March 19th is going to be on Alcaraz on the money line at minus 120 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.